Have you ever had the experience of no matter what you do, you seem to not be able to move past a certain point in your life or a specific area of your life? And maybe you see other people who maybe weren't as far along as you and have now surpassed you, or who everything just seems to work out well for them, and you don't understand why they have so many friends or they have such a great relationship. And for you, getting these things is just impossible. In this video, I'm going to teach you why you're experiencing this, why there seems to be such a difference between you and these people who just have all these wonderful things fall into their laps, and why for you it's been such a struggle, and what you can do today to begin changing so that you can start to have a life that you actually love. Let's get started. Okay, so we're talking about the fact that there are times, or at least specific situations or areas of your life where you feel like no matter what you do, you can't seem to get ahead. Some people feel like they really want to have fulfilling, deep relationships with other people, but they can't seem to attract those kind of friendships into their lives. They see other people doing it and it feels like, wow, I want that. Why can't I have that? For other people, it could be more material things like a home or a car, or just being able to make a lot of money, create a business, or live a life that they really love. And the reason that this is manyfold, and we're going to go through a lot of them on this channel. But the most important one, the one that can create the most change the fastest, is your frequency. What do I mean by frequency? As a human being in this third dimensional reality, you are an avatar for a higher being. There is a soul self or a spirit self that exists everywhere. It is all there is. It is everything. It is part of the universe. It's part of everything. And it has chosen to project itself into an avatar. If you think of it like a video game, and when you're playing a video game, you have your character on the video game. You, the soul you, the inner being, the higher self, are controlling the avatar that's playing the video game. And that avatar is you, your name in this universe. And the game is the earth or the universe that you exist in. And there are specific rules to the game, but you, as the avatar, don't really know all the rules. The person playing the game, who has the controller, your higher self, knows all the rules. And the fun part for your higher self is to help the avatar navigate through this world or this universe, because it knows all the rules. It knows where the money is hidden. It knows where the friendships are hidden. It knows where all the vacations are hidden. It knows that everything already exists within the game, but the avatar, you, don't know where those things are or even how to get them. So its job is to move you around the board or the game in order to have the benefit of the knowledge of the higher self. The problem is that many times the avatar does not listen to the person controlling the game. Maybe there's a glitch of some kind. And we'll bring it back into your own viewpoint. You, in this third dimensional construct, who has a blindfold on and cannot see the rules, doesn't know that you are connected to your higher self, doesn't know that you have communication constantly with your higher self, and doesn't even know that you're in a game. You develop certain beliefs and limitations that block you from hearing your higher self. And so therefore you start to wander aimlessly, and I call this on default. You'll hear me talk about it in other videos. But you go into your default phase where you are feeling like a victim to the circumstance, meaning it is the circumstances outside of yourself that control the way that you behave, rather than understanding that you are connected to your higher self and that you are actually the creator of the universe outside of you. All you have to do is know the rules. So how does frequency play into this? The reason that I bring up frequency is because it is another word for energy. And the energy that you feel in your body is the communication between you and your higher self. If you are feeling frustrated, if you are feeling self-doubt, if you are feeling depressed, angry, irritated, unfulfilled in any way, this means that instead of connecting with and listening to your higher self, who knows all the rules and knows where all the precious metals are stored, instead, you are just allowing the circumstances outside of yourself to create your reality. So, for example, if you're in the game, which you are, that's where we are, and something like a boss fires you, then you may feel like, oh no, the boss fired me. I'm worthless. I feel like crap. I wasn't good enough, right? Instead of saying, I am the creator of this reality. If a circumstance happens because I was on default mode and not paying attention, then I could say, well, I choose to see it in the way that I choose to see it. In 2023, I had a heart attack and I lost my job. And I had already had soul therapy for several years, but I was working at it part time. It really wasn't my whole thing. And I was more concerned with a mindset of work hard and get paid by someone else, right? And that is how you manifest the life of your dreams. Except I was never manifesting the life of my dreams because I wasn't listening to the higher vibrational self. I was listening to the outside circumstances. So I decided to do something strange. When I lost the job, I decided to become the creator of my reality because I already knew these rules, but I was running on default. I had stopped practicing. I had stopped putting the things that I'm teaching you into motion. And so what I found myself in was in default mode where the circumstances outside of myself were running me. And I decided in that moment when I lost my job that I was going to connect with my higher self and decide what it was that I wanted to create for my reality. And I decided to take soul therapy on full time and make it my mainstream of income. Why? Because it's what raises my vibration. It's what makes me feel best. And when you feel good, you attract towards you more things that make you feel good, including opening up your chakras and opening up your awareness to a higher vibration, which is a frequency. And when you raise your vibration or raise your frequency, you are able to connect with higher vibrational thoughts, ideas, opportunity, and things that you want are just drawn into you. Now, I'm not saying that the people that we were kind of using as an example in the beginning of this video know these things. But what they are likely doing that you are not doing is that without knowing it, they are in alignment with the higher vibrational aspect of themselves. And so they are operating from a more playful, less serious, more feeling good state. They don't tend to allow things to mean things that they don't mean. Maybe they had a less traumatic childhood. Maybe they've just had a better experience of life, which makes them higher vibrationally aligned, meaning their emotions are more in alignment with higher vibrations. So you notice that I brought in the word emotions. There is a really cool trick that not most people understand. There is a communication tool between you and your higher self. It was given to you when you agreed to project your consciousness into this body, into this reality. We needed like a communication system so we wouldn't be left here all alone. There are two things. One is your birth chart, and the other is your emotions. We'll get into your birth chart in another video, but for the sake of frequency, vibration, we're going to talk about your emotions for this video. So the way that your emotions are entangled with your vibration and your frequency and this communication that I mentioned is that the way that your higher self, your spirit being, your source creator communicates through you is through your emotions. When you are feeling any emotions that can be perceived as negative or don't feel good, it is your indicator that you are now in alignment with what you don't want. You are out of alignment with your soul being, who is all knowing, ever present, and has all the cheat codes and directions for you. If you can take those emotions and somehow switch them over to higher vibrational, better feeling emotions, you will now be in alignment with your higher self, which means you will now have access to higher vibrational thoughts, ideas, and opportunities that will bring you forward toward your purpose, toward your joy, and toward fulfillment in life. Meaning you will begin to attract all of the things that you wanted that for some reason were so out of reach for you. You will now be in alignment with the energy of having or just getting and receiving the things that you want. So, how do we go about this? How do you get from a place where you are focused on your external circumstances and feeling emotions about them that are out of alignment with your higher self and get into the creator mode where you understand that regardless of what's going on outside of you, you control the emotions within you, and that when you switch your emotions to be more higher vibrational, you can now start creating and receiving the life that you truly love. This is what we call manifestation. But the fact is, if you remember the video game analogy that I told you, everything is already located within the game. As a matter of fact, the game is a hologram of what's outside of the game. So everything is available to everyone at any time. But if you are not in alignment and you do not know that, then you can't possibly connect with it because you have to think it in order for it to become real. So if you're thinking negatively, you're going to attract the negative. If you're thinking positively, you're going to attract the positive. And there's a whole other video we're going to do about that, because what we can all say here is, I'm thinking positive right now, and the thing that I want is not showing up. There's a reason for that because there is a delay, but we'll go over that in another video. If you'd like to see a video about how your thoughts attract things and about the time delay included in that, so you can better be prepared for when things are going to show up in your reality, click the video at the end. There are so many ways of manifesting, and there are so many ways of aligning with your true spirit, your soul. But the one that we're talking about in this video has to do with your emotion. And for this, I like to use Louise Hay's emotional tone scale. The emotional tone scale provides everyone with a scale of what the emotions are, all the way from hopelessness and despair to joy and bliss. It's the entire gamut of emotions that exist within the vibrational frequency of this avatar, what you have access to. For example, when we're talking about the 6 different senses that you have, they interpret vibrational frequency that's out in our hologram, in the reality that we exist in. So your eyes is the reception tool for your brain to receive visual vibrational frequency. Your ears are the reception tool that your brain uses to pick up and interpret sound vibrational frequency. Your emotional guidance system is the tool that your body uses to interpret feeling vibrational frequencies. So in doing some studying about these frequencies, what I noticed is that anything below 20 hertz will actually create things like depression, fear, anxiety. So if you're listening to music or in an environment where that level of sound is playing, first of all, you won't hear it, but it will have a very negative effect on your emotions and can even at 10 hertz mess with your heart and your brain frequency. So you want to stay away from lower vibrational frequencies. If we were to see lower vibrational frequency with our eyes, that would be the color black or really, really dark blue, something that doesn't really have much frequency at all. As we go up the emotional tone scale, you'll see that colors become brighter and more intense. And that also corresponds with their vibrational frequency, which we can also hear in sound as well. So you'll see things on like YouTube of like 1111 hertz or 432 hertz or 417 hertz, and how they correspond with different energies that you can affect the body with by listening to them. This is the same thing that we're doing with the emotional tone scale. We are looking for the feeling that we currently have on the emotional tone scale about a specific topic. And we are saying, I do not want to vibrate on this frequency. I would like to be in a higher vibration alignment with my higher self so that I can receive all the things that I love and want. In order to do that, I have to feel better. So what I'm going to do is focus my attention on a higher feeling emotion and get in alignment with that emotion. And when I do, now I have access to higher vibrational thoughts, feelings, opportunities, and perception. Okay. And when you are able to get your vibration up to something like contentment, pleasure, good expectations, joy, happiness, even boredom, you will now have access to those things on that topic that have been eluding you. So let's put this into practical application, right? How would this look in real life? I would like a brand new house. And I've been trying for 20 years to save up and get my credit right and get this house. But every time I get 10 steps ahead, for some reason, I end up 12 steps back. And it's been 20 years and I just have not been able to get this house, haven't been able to get my credit up, and I don't know what to do. Meanwhile, my girlfriends, all of them, all have their own houses. And I just feel like, why does it happen for everyone else and it doesn't happen for me? Not that you're not happy for them that they have it, but that you don't understand why it works for them and it's not working for you. And I'm sitting here in this video telling you it's because of your vibration on a topic that has to do with that subject, whether it's the house itself, whether it's the credit itself, whether it's your own worth and value. We would have to find out in hypnosis what that is. But you can do that on your own. You can read books, you can watch YouTube videos, you can find out how to locate your limiting beliefs. I actually have a video about that I'll plug in right here. But in this example, you are feeling bad. You are feeling victimized. You are feeling like the situation outside of yourself is having an effect on you. And I'm over here telling you that no, you are the creator and you create using your emotions. If you'd like to find out how to create using your imagination, you can click this video right here. By the way, just a little caveat, I've noticed that sometimes I will pin a card up for y'all to see a video as I'm speaking about it. And for some reason, YouTube does not put it there. So what I will also do is make sure the links to each video that I'm mentioning is in the description below. So if you are interested in seeing that video, you can go to the description. Also, there have been 3 videos mentioned in this. I will put at least 2 of them on the end screen. So if you'd like to see that, wait until the end and you'll be able to click that. If you're enjoying this content and you'd like to see more, please don't forget to subscribe or hit the like button or even share it with somebody that you believe will really benefit from this information. So you're going to take your emotional tone scale and you would say, I would like to be someone who has the house and has the credit to get the house. It hasn't been happening for me so far. And I feel what? You look at the emotional tone scale and you say, I feel angry. If I want to have a higher vibrational perspective on this, where can I travel to on the emotional tone scale or with my emotions and my thoughts that is believable for me? So that might go from anger to frustration. Instead of feeling a low vibration, the lower vibration of anger, you now feel frustrated. Although blame is just right above it, if that's all you can get to, where you feel like it's someone else's fault, it's their fault that I don't have this thing, it is a higher vibration than anger. But I would argue that blame is more of a victimized vibration, and you would like to probably go higher. Get something that is above anger that feels like you can get there. Don't try to jump from anger to bliss. It's never going to happen. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to feel like you failed. So just find something above anger on the emotional tone scale that is higher vibrational than anger and try to get your thoughts and your feelings in alignment with that emotion. This could take an hour, days, or weeks. But if you really spend time working on this, you can get your viewpoint to shift from anger to something above anger. Again, don't rush yourself. The easier the transition, the higher you can get, the faster. For example, going from anger to bliss is going to take forever. You're going to get frustrated with yourself and you're not going to feel like doing this anymore. Once you connect with that emotion, now you are seeing things from a place of blame and you're feeling things from a place of blame. It's now time for you to go a step further. Maybe try something like disappointment, that you're disappointed that this is going for you this way. Don't spend too much time in it. Just make sure that you can reach that. You can find a perspective where that feels like, okay, I can feel disappointed about this rather than feeling anger. I'm no longer angry. I'm no longer blaming anybody. Now I'm in a place of disappointment. And from there, go up to frustration, right? Okay, now I'm just frustrated. All right, enough is enough. Things need to change. I'm tired of this. There's a lot of power in frustration because when people get frustrated, something happens where they are willing to do whatever it takes to get what they want. And they start from that place, started attracting solutions. And this is the energy that we want to come and be in. So as you go up the emotional tone scale and you allow the other things to fall away, let those feelings go that you used to feel and embody the new emotion, the new thoughts that come with that emotion, then incrementally get yourself up to the next level on the emotional tone scale. Guys, you could literally do all this in like an hour. Some people have a lot of resistance and take a longer time. But I will tell you, with 11 years of soul therapy practice, where I've been using this with my clients, I've had 2 people who could not do this in a short period of time. If that's you, reach out to me. I can help you. I can help you work through your resistance. But for most of you, it's going to be very easy to climb this emotional tone scale over a matter of hours or days and get to the emotion where you start attracting the things that you want into your life. And as a matter of fact, you're going to start to see changes in your life. You're going to start to see that you are looking at things in general in your life differently. And because of that, you are able to see things that you couldn't before. You are more aware of things that you weren't aware of before. And that also has to do with the frequency vibration and what's available to your perception at that moment in time. Once you get to the same frequency where allowing and receiving happens, so this is contentment, positivity, happiness, then you will start to see that the things that you've always wanted are arriving and arriving. It may start with a quarter on the ground. It may start with a great conversation with someone. You just have to make sure that you are keeping your attention noticing the changes and the good feeling things wherever you are at on the emotional tone scale. If you like this video and you'd like to see more like it, don't forget to subscribe and like it and share it with anyone who might benefit from the content. And I'll see you on the next one.